A political earthquake in United States of America. Democratic Party sweeps the election in different regions of USA, and it has sent the shockwave across the entire country as such. And at the epicenter of the shockwave is sitting Washington DC, from where Trump is trying to administer the country in his 47th presidency, second presidential term as such. So, is this election result a rebuke of Trump's presidency, or is it giving us idea about the 2026 midterm elections? Let us try to understand this in more detail. Now, if you try to understand about the overview of the entire election that has taken place in last week, you can see that this can be considered as the first major election since Trump took office in the January 2025 in the several regions of USA such as New York, Virginia, and New Jersey. Democratic Party fielded candidates who were able to sweep elections, were able to win election. In New York City, the election was for the mayor post, and at the same time for Virginia and New Jersey, election were for the governor post, which is a very important post in the state administration, and also it is considered as a bellwether for the next upcoming midterm elections as such. So overall, what we can see is there seemed to be a political mood shift ahead of the 2026 midterms as such. Now, if you look at the key democratic victories, Zohran Mamdani, who has won the election as a mayor candidate for the New York City, he is of Indian origin. Similarly, talk about other region that you have is Virginia, where where governor post was for which elections was conducted, and Abigail Spanberger was able to win here. Apart from that, Mickey Sherrill has been appointed as a New Jersey governor as such. All of these belong to the Democratic Party as such. Results definitely signal a resurgence of Democratic Party, which seems to be winning since the last elections. If you talk about the Democratic momentum ahead of midterm, obviously, there is a strong pre-midterm boost that we can talk about. Analysts are talking about renewed voter confidence in Democrat, and this largely is considered to be a failed policies of Trump, both at the domestic front as well as at the international front. Urban and suburban voter turnout seems to be very higher because they have felt the pinch of the rising cost of living and also the creeping higher cost in the essential items of daily uses such as groceries, transportation, rent, etc. And thus they have symbolically rejected the policy which many times is portrayed as Trumpism. So before understanding this in detail, I would want to bring your attention to the fact that Legacy IAS Academy, we are going to soon commence batches that is regular batches are going to start on 10th of November and 15th of December, where classes will run every day between Monday to Friday from 10 to 5 p.m. For those students who are preparing for the UPSC examination along with the full-time studies or full-time job, for them we also have the weekend batches which already has started on 25th of October, and the next batch is going to begin on 6th of December. Now, in this particular batch and course, we ensure there is a comprehensive coverage of GS paper, one-to-one mentorship and doubt-solving sessions, regular interactions with educator, daily mains answer writing practice, something that we also encourage the students to participate in. And as this is a preparation which require integrated approach, and for that you need to be aware about your preparation as far as the prelims and mains is concerned. So for that we also have test series. We also have included 360-degree coverage of current affairs as it is the demand of UPSC. If you want to know more detail about the course programs in future, you can click the link in the description box of this particular video, or you can give a call to them on the number being displayed here. Now, coming back to this particular topic, many of the analysts argue that the reason why voters would have preferred Democrats is because of the effect of US government shutdown. If you talk about, it is the longest shutdown that we have seen in the American history, and today is the 36th day of shutdown as such. Especially the impact of this would have been felt by the federal workers, and the low income families are getting impacted because they are finding it extremely difficult to arrange money and even arrange food for a quarter meal. And this would have resulted into the growing public frustration, and also because of the economic and political pressure on White House might have led to such kind of shift from the Republican to the Democrats as such. Reaction of Trump is something that obviously is as expected. He has completely blamed shutdown for the GOP losses. He have completely said that it is not my fault. It is because of the shutdown, the Grand Old Party, which is also other name given to Republican Party, it has lost the election. Other thing that he is claiming is that why voters did not elected GOP candidate is because his name is not on the ballot. So Trump not on the ballot caused defeat. That means he's trying to put the message that people are not voting anymore for Republican Party and Republican candidate. They are voting directly for Donald Trump. So if Donald Trump fight election anywhere, he contest election anywhere, he definitely will win. So in one way we can say he is trying to shrug off the responsibility for the Democratic wins and for the loss of Republican Party as such. He also has posted this in his defense on the social media platform that is referred as Truth Social. Overall, he also has tried to downplay the Democratic momentum, saying that Republican will make a comeback again in the midterm elections. If you look at the AP voter poll, what is the poll on site? Insight. So we have they have surveyed more than 70,000 voters. Majority of these voters have disapproved Trump's performance in the last couple of months since he took the office, because the economic situation in US has declined, and also because of the tariff barrier he imposed on majority of his trading partner. We can see that it is American people who have to pay additional money, additional revenue, and it is a kind of tax being imposed on them. This extra tax also would have led to decline in their overall quality or standard of living. Many have voted against Trump personally, and immigration policy also is believed to be one of the reasons which might have backfired against Trump, because Trump has gone and has become too strict on immigration policies, and many times this would have caused furor, especially among the minority community of US as such. And this result we see in the New York state. Now, as far as the sentiment analysis of voter is concerned, Democrats seem to be united. Republicans are divided, where we are having two groups. One is pro-Trump, other is anti-Trump. Trump is being viewed today as a polarizing figure as far as the American politics is concerned. Independent who neither vote permanently for the Democrats or nor vote permanently for Republicans, they might have swung toward Democrat as such. And many such swing states also have in the US, where depending on the local situation, depending on the transient situation, people either vote for Democrats or vote for the Republicans. So it is believed that independents would have swung toward Democrat as such. Reason behind is simple: public fatigue over shutdown that has led to declining income, and confrontational politics that has become a fervor after the coming of Trump as such. There seems to be a challenge lying ahead for the Republican parties. First of all, there is internal rift within the grand old party itself that has to be somehow reduced. Trump's dominance itself is being questioned by many Republican leaders itself, and thus there is a need for rebranding before 2026 midterms, because as you know, American Constitution anyway does not permit any individual for running to the presidency post more than twice, and Trump is already in second term. So Republican Party also would need to bring some new face as a leader as such. Overall, there is a rising grassroots democratic energy that seems to have worked in the favor of Democratic win. Summary and outlook we try to understand. One thing is clear: Democratic Party is surging in the United States of America, and this is a warning signal, warning sign for the Republican parties. Trump's leadership definitely is under scrutiny, because even though Trump's name was not on the ballot, it is believed that people have voted taking him into consideration, or even if people somewhere have not taken into consideration, that means Trump has become irrelevant as such. Shutdown politics seem to be backfiring, and before 2026 midterms, there is going to be it was a decisive test for both parties, where Democrats seem to be coming out in flying colors, or has won with flying colors. US political landscape seems to be entering the volatile phase. That is at least the message we can draw from the recent elections. That is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your aspirants, as well as subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.